Hi boys and girls, Miss Huff here, and it is Wednesday, September 2nd, and you are in Station 2. So go ahead and get out that math notebook so we can work through some examples together. All right, now that you have your math notebook out, what I want you to do is at the top of your paper is I want you to write 14 take away 5 equals blank. 14 take away 5 equals blank. Remember, 14 and 5 are our subtrahends. Those are the numbers that we are subtracting. And when we find our answer that we will write here, that will be the difference. So go ahead, pause the video, and I want you to write 14 take away 5 equals blank in your math notebook. Great job. Now you're going to use your lines like Miss Garner said. It's great that you have those lines in your notebook because that helps you draw a straight line. So we are going to use the line in our notebook and we are going to draw a straight line, as straight as we can, all the way across our paper. Go ahead and pause the video and draw your straight line now. Awesome job. Now, let's talk about some things before we get started on putting numbers on our number line. So, in an addition problem, the numbers that you add together are called add-ins. And remember, it doesn't matter which add-in you start with, you can change them out. So it doesn't have to be in order. However, that is very different for subtraction. For subtraction, it does matter which number you use. You must use the bigger number, which is your total. Your total number take away one part equals your other part. So the 14 is the total and that is your larger number, so you have to start with your larger number on the number line. Now, we don't have to have a pre-filled number line. We can just start with our larger number and hop back. And the last change that I need to tell you about is that for addition, you started down here and you hopped up and you watch your value of your numbers increase or get bigger. Now, for subtraction, you have to start at the other end of your number line and you're going to hop backwards, watching your numbers decrease or get smaller. So I want you to go ahead and pause your video right now, and I want you to write your tick mark at the other end of your number line, at the end of it, and I want you to put 14. Go ahead and pause your video and do that now. Great job. So now we're ready to add the hops on our number line. So we have our total 14 and we need to hop backwards 5. We're going to hop backwards 5. So we're going to start at 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Notice my hops aren't super teeny tiny where I can barely even see that I've made them. And they're not super duper gigantic big where I've ran out of room. They're equally spaced hops. And before we pause, we're gonna make sure that we hopped back the correct number. So I was at 14 and I should hop back 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, boys and girls, I want you to pause your video and I want you to start at 14 and I want you to hop back 5 times. Excellent job making those hops. So now we're ready to add our tick marks to make our equally spaced lines on our number line. So we have our equally spaced lines. And now we're ready to skip count backwards by one to figure out our numbers on the number line. So 14, 1 less than 14 is 13. 1 less than 13 is 12. 1 less than 12 is 11. 1 less than 11 is 10, and 1 less than 10 is 9. And to double check yourself, when you're finished, you can count upwards to make sure you didn't skip any numbers. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and I didn't. So I want you to pause your video, and you are going to make your equally spaced lines, and then you are going to hop back, and you're gonna write the number 1 less for each one. Go ahead and pause and do that now. Awesome job. So to find out our answer for 14 take away 5, we had 14, we hopped back 5, and that gave us the answer of 9. So 14 take away 5 equals 9. All right, let's do one more example. So this time in your notebook, I want you to write 13 take away 7 equals blank. 13 take away 7 equals blank. Pause your notebook and do that now. Excellent job. Before we get started, I want you to use your finger and I want you to point in your notebook to the subtrahends. Good job. You should have pointed to 13 and to 7. Those are your subtrahends. All right, point to where we are going to write the difference for this equation. Very good. We're going to write it right here after the equal sign. That is where our difference or our answer is going to go. All right. I want you to draw that line, that straight line in your notebook, as straight as you can. Pause the video and do that now. Awesome job. Remember, when you are subtracting, we have to start at this end, the opposite end of where we start when we're adding. So we start at this end. So I want you to go ahead and put your mark and the number 13. If you need to, pause the video and make your mark in 13 right now. Great job. Remember, we use the number 13 because that's our total, our larger number, our bigger number. So we wrote that down here. Now, how many hops backwards am I going to make? You should have said 7. I'm going to make 7 hops backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I want you to pause the video, but first let's make sure we made 7 hops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I want you to pause the video and I want you to start at 13 and hop backwards 7 times. And then I want you to double check your work and make sure that you made 7 hops. Awesome job making those hops in your notebook. Now what we're going to do is I know I need to hop back 7, so I am going to fill out my number line now. I'm going to first put my tick marks to make my equally spaced lines. My equally spaced lines on my number line. And now I'm ready to skip count backwards by ones. So 13, 1 less is 12. 1 less than 12 is 11. 1 less than 11 is 10. 1 less than 10 is 9. 1 less than 9 is 8. 1 less than 8 is 7. 1 less than 7 is 6. And I can check my work. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I did not skip any numbers. So now I want you to pause the video. I want you to put your tick marks on your number line to make your equally spaced lines. And then I want you to fill in the rest of your numbers and watch how the value of your numbers get smaller. They decrease. Awesome job. All right, so we were at 13. We took away 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And the answer we got was 6. So 13 take away 7 equals 6. All right, I'm going to show you one example that has already been done for you. And that's because that is what it is going to look like on your Station 3 work. So when you get going on Station 3, you are going to see some equations that have a blank right here. The answer won't be here yet. And then you're going to have a number line that's already filled out for you to 20. So in order to solve them, all you have to do is you're not having to actually write the numbers. They're already there for you today. So what you do is you look at your equation and I see that my big number, my total is 12. So I came down here to 12 and it told me to hop backwards by 4 because we are subtracting. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that gave me the answer of 8. So 12 take away 4 is 8. So for Station 3, you're going to use the drawing tools and your teachers need to see that you are hopping back on the number line. We need to see your hops. And we also need to see your answer written in the blank. All right, boys and girls, can't wait to see your responses. Have a great rest of your day.